Hello YouTube, this is Taylor with CliffsOfClaven bringing you our next war recap, and as you can see this one was kind of a rout against the clan dEjA. They did not really use most of their attacks, and a lot of their attacks actually were against my base. I use an anti-3-star base with the Town Hall basically free right on the outside, and they attacked my base about 6 times, I guess, just looting. So I don't know if this was a farming clan or maybe they just gave up right off the bat, but they did not really put up any kind of legitimate attacks against us. And over on our side, we had a pretty good war. We 2-starred both of their Town Hall 11s and then 3-starred every other base that they have. So very convincing win for the Clavens, and a whole lot of attacks to show you. This is going to be a little bit longer video than normal, and we're going to start off by taking a look at their number 2. Only got 2 stars, but this was Harem, our Town Hall 10, coming up and getting the 2 stars on the 11 for us. And when you're a Town Hall 10 attacking a Town Hall 11, your goal is to get rid of the Eagle Artillery. Once you get rid of the Eagle Artillery, it's essentially like a Town Hall 10. Some of the defenses here are a little more upgraded, but you can see this base has quite a lot of Town Hall 10 level defenses. So if you can get rid of the Eagle, it's basically like attacking a Town Hall 10. So he has a very long Queen walk. Queen is trying to get into this compartment. He's going to wall break her in here in just a second. She gets very, very low there, but the rage keeps her going. And once he gets into the compartment, he's going to wait for the Queen to take down the Eagle Artillery. And once the Eagle Artillery is down, he's going to send in his Valks right into the core. And he's got a jump and a freeze and a rage to get them in. I believe he uses one of the rages on his Queen here in just a little bit, sort of get her through things a little quicker. He does actually run out of time in this raid because he gives his Queen such a long time to take out so many of the defenses. Absolutely worth it to get that Eagle Artillery down. That Eagle Artillery can be deadly, and not only is the Queen going to take down the Eagle Artillery eventually, she takes the long way over there, but he's also going to sort of create a funnel for his Valks. By bringing his Queen in on this side, he is ensuring that if he drops his Valks in over on this side, they are not going to stray over here to the left because the Queen has cleared out all of the buildings. So he's sort of getting a twofer here with this Queen walk. He's getting the Eagle Artillery taken care of, and he is clearing a path for those Valks. So she's following the closest building like the Queen always does, and that is unfortunately taking her on sort of a moseying path here, and she will eventually get up and take care of the Eagle Artillery, and as soon as it's gone, it's going to be Valk time. He's got one golem in his clan castle that he's going to use to tank for a little bit just to get his wall breakers in and save some health on his Valks just for a little bit right at the beginning. There she goes. The Queen is on the Eagle Artillery, unfortunately in range of the Inferno, so he pops her ability right away. Bonus gets a couple of giant bombs with her archers there, and now the Eagle Artillery is gone, and it is time to send in the Golem and the wall breakers, and then a whole horde of Valks. He's going to put a jump spell right there in front of the Inferno Tower so that the Valks don't have anywhere else to go except straight there up through the middle. And they're going to take out the Town Hall fairly quickly because he does have that rage there in the middle. And then they're going to get quite a few percentage points above the 50%. I believe he ends up with a 66% on this attack. So not only did he get the 2-star, but he got a fairly high percentage as well. So there goes the Town Hall. Just needs a few more percentage points to get up to the 50%. The Valks are going to beat through those walls and just kind of work their way around, picking up a few extra percentage here and there. We'll go ahead and fast forward because right now it's just a percentage game, trying to get as much as he possibly can out of these Valks. The healer peels away over on his King and that Golem, and it allows the Wizard to snipe a couple of buildings before he does eventually run out of time. But fantastic job by Harem. Having those Town Hall 10s come up and get 2 stars on the Town Hall 11s is huge because it allows our Town Hall 11s to drop down and pick up 3 stars on their 10s like DrLove did right here against number 3, doing it with a mass bowler attack. And pretty standard mass bowler. He's going to come in at the top with a couple of healers and then 2 groups of bowlers to still create a funnel, and then he's just going to send everything straight up the middle. He does have 2 freeze spells because he is going to be hitting those Infernos at the same time. He's going to freeze them both at once to make sure that his bowlers are able to get through and get them taken down before they cause too much damage. So there's the bowlers on the sides making the funnel, and in just a minute he's going to have the whole horde of bowlers come right down the middle, which is very nice. Clan Castle's got some air troops in it, but his Queen is going to take care of those. And he does drop the poison down there a little bit late on the poison. Those balloons and dragons did get off a few shots against his giants, but not a big deal. There goes the Grand Warden's ability, and in just a second you'll see the 2 freezes drop down on the Infernos to make sure that his bowlers are able to take out that core. Once the core is taken out, it's pretty much all over. pretty high level defenses, but they are just Town Hall 10 defenses, and this is a max bowler attack, so those defenses aren't really going to stand too much of a chance against all these mass bowlers. So the core has been cleaned out. The bowlers, a couple of them took that jump spell, but then a group over here on the side just basically beat through the wall, and now they're just going to work their way around with those healers on them. Really not a lot of threat left. And once these Teslas go down, it's just going to be the Expo and those Archer towers that are the point defense, and everything else is splash damage, which of course the healers can more than keep up with. Splash damage not really going to affect bowlers whenever they've got some healers on them. Expo is taking a while to go down, but it will eventually go down. And after that, it's pretty much just clean up. All he's got to do is take care of this Archer tower and a couple of Wizard towers, and that is going to be the 3-star. So well done to DrLove getting it done. And DrLove also had a 2-star on their top Town Hall 11, which was big for us as well. So nicely done to DrLove. I guess we're going to let you stay in the clan, probably. Okay, we're going to take a look at another Town Hall 11, dipping down to take out a Town Hall 10. This is Trump King 101 going in on number 4, and this is not a mass bowler attack. He does use a few bowlers in his CC, but I really like this attack because he uses a Queen Walk over on the left side, and he uses bowlers up at the top with some healers to create a funnel for his Valks so that his Valks will go right up the middle, make sure they don't stray. So pretty smart idea for an attack here. And I believe actually Harem tried this base first and got a 99% 2-star. So Trump is using a lot of the same tactics that Harem used in his attack, but being a Town Hall 11, he's got a higher queen and he's got that Grand Warden, which is huge. So it was a good plan. Took us a couple of attacks to get there, but can't argue with a 3-star. So there's the bowlers up there making the funnel up at the top. And as soon as the queen takes down this Wizard tower, he's going to send in some wall breakers. Really good timing there. Make sure the Wizard Tower doesn't roast those wall breakers. And then here come all the Valks straight in. This jump spell is fantastic. It bridges several different compartments. Rage for the Valks. Freeze on that first Inferno. And then the Valks are just going to sort of tear through as much as they can. They do get one Inferno fairly quickly, but the king has to go over and work on that second Inferno. He goes ahead and pops the Warden's ability just to make sure that Inferno staying up an extra second or two. It doesn't cause him too many problems. Bowler's still doing work over on the other side. Their healers are gone, but they do have that giant out in front, which is nice, doing a little bit of tanking. The Queen Walk is still going down on the bottom, and then he's got some Valks up in the center that are doing a little bit of work there, triggering some bombs, things like that. And he is going to have plenty of gas in the tank left to get this one done. Just a matter of cleanup, really. The queen could finish up this base all by herself, but he's got a few Valks and some bowlers there to help him with the cleanup. So very nicely done on the 3-star Trump. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at some Town Hall 9s. We had some really solid Town Hall 9 attacks this war, a whole lot of them. I actually want to take a look at Joel, who went in on their number 7. We don't see a lot from Joel because Joel is a 9.5, and we typically don't show 9.5s hitting 9s, but Joel had a 6-star war and had 2 pretty big Town Hall 9 3-stars for us, so I want to go ahead and recognize Joel's contribution. Joel is coming in with a Queen Walk over on the right side, and he's got mass Valks. He has 6 hogs of his own. He's going to drop one of them right there to pull the clan castle so the queen can take care of that, and then he also has a CC with hogs in it, and he's going to wait for the Valks to get into the center of the base and wait for as many of those outside defenses as possible to target them, and then he's going to send in the hogs from the side. So there comes the poison, goes ahead and pops that queen's ability to take care of the CC, and then the queen's pretty much going to be good for the rest of this raid. She's going to take down this Archer tower in just a second. That Expo, unfortunately, is going to stay on her for a really long time, but she's not really going to have anything more than the Expo and maybe one cannon on her at a time, so the queen's in good shape. And so he goes ahead and starts his main attack up at the top. He's got the Wizards and the Golem making a funnel so that whenever he drops the Valks, they go right to that jump spell. The Valks are going to come in and he's going to rage them up on the heroes. They're just going to obliterate those heroes in just a couple of swings under rage. And then he's got a second rage for below the Expos where there's a little bit of a Tesla farm. So the Valks are going to get the core pretty much completely cleared out. And then he's going to send the hogs in over from the left side. His queen did go down, so the healers are going to come over and reroute and kind of help heal up those Valks a little bit, which works out really well for them. They do get pretty low, and they hit that double bomb set right there. Healers were there to sort of help them withstand the blow a little bit so they didn't go down immediately. And then here come the Hogs. Heal spell nice and early on those Hogs that are going to hit that Wizard Tower. He's already seen the double giant bomb set go off, so he's pretty confident that his Hogs are going to be okay pathing across to that mortar. And the golems are going to break through and take down that mortar up at the top, and then the Hogs will be on the air defense, and that is going to be the 3-star. So good job, Joel. 6-star war. It's not always a huge amount of fun being a 9.5, cleaning up 9s, but Joel does a fantastic job for us and make sure that we get all of the 9s cleared. So well done to Joel, and there's this other 3-star on number 8. Okay, let's take a look at MikeyB. I think MikeyB also had a 6-star war. I actually don't know if he did or not, but Mikey always has 6-star war, so it's probably safe to assume that he did. He's going to do a Queen Walk, and then he's got 7 healers in his army, and he's going to use the other 3 for a little bit of a bowler walk. He's got some max bowlers in his CC, and he has graduated from Queen Walk with Valks to Queen Walk with Valks and bowlers, which has been working out really well for him. He's going to use 2 rage spells on his queen to try to keep her alive as long as possible. There is a Lava Hound in the CC, which is bad news. Probably a little bit early on that poison. Probably didn't need to poison the Lava Hound until it splits into pups, but no big deal. When the Lava Hound does split into pups, he's going to pop that queen's ability almost immediately, and those archers that the queen spawns are actually going to help take out the lava pups. So here comes the bowler walk up in at the top. It's going to get a whole lot of value for those bowlers. There goes the Lava Hound popping, and he's going to go ahead and use the queen's ability and that poison spell. The queen is going to go off and ignore those 2 pups that are attacking the healers, but her archers are going to turn around and take care of that. Valk's coming in down at the bottom, just going to beat straight through the wall. This is a pretty common internet base that he's going against, and the difficulty in attacking this base is that it's hard to know where the giant bombs are. There are several spots where they could be, so he did not use any Hogs for this base just because he, I think, was worried about where the bombs were. If you guess right, you can really decimate this base with Hogs, but on a fresh hit like this one was, you really don't want to take any chances dropping Hogs in and having them immediately hit a double bomb set. He did eliminate quite a few of the spots with his queen and his bowlers, but better safe than sorry. Just going to go ahead and go with the mass Valks. He is now completely out of spells, and the queen is about to go down to this Tesla. But those bowlers doing a ton of work up there at the top. Bowlers really the hero of this raid. They took out a whole giant section of the base there. The bowlers do lose their healers to that air defense, but by then it is too late. There's just that one air defense and Tesla, and then the elixir storage is the last thing to go down. And another 3-star for MikeyB. He gets 3 stars every single war. It clearly does not belong in the Clavens. And speaking of people that are too good for the Clavens, let's take a look at Cory, though. She also had a 6-star war, and she is going to use some mass Valks on this base. And she brings in her golems and some wizards down at the bottom to create the funnel. Wall breaks open very early, I think really early on those wall breakers. But just goes ahead and opens up as much of the base as she can, makes a very wide funnel so that she can sort of direct the Valks where they want to go. And then she's going to send in the Valks and her heroes. There's a couple balloons and a dragon in the CC, so she's going to poison them up, drop the heal on the Valks to make sure that they stay alive through the CC, and then the wizards and the queen are going to come up behind and take care of that clan castle. So there's the heal spell to keep the Valks going. They have already broken their way into the core. They're going to take down the king. The enemy queen is already down. A few Teslas popping up there in the middle. Not really a match for those Valks. And they're just going to sort of hollow out the core and then work their way on throughout the rest of the base. Her queen over here is getting pretty low on that cannon. She pops the ability, and then the queen, once she takes down the cannon, reroutes, and it looks like for a second the queen is going to live. She gets out of range of that archer tower, and you're like, oh, okay, great. The queen's going to survive. She's going to be able to help with cleanup. Nope, walks over and immediately is targeted by that archer tower again. So she loses her queen as a cleanup troop. Doesn't end up being a very big deal, though, because look how many Valks she has over on the side. Plenty of Valks left for cleanup. She's got some more over on the right. That Golemite has finally stepped up to tank for the Archer Tower. A little too late. Would have been nice if the Golemite had gotten there before the Queen, but what do you do? Valks beating through over on the left side to take care of those last 2 buildings, and then there's just a few buildings over here before she gets the 3-star. She still has a heal spell left. I don't even think she needed it. She probably could have swagged that heal spell, but she goes ahead and drops it anyway just to be safe, and then the gold mine is the last building, and that is one of Cory Though's 2 3-stars this war, so well done to Cory Though. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at somebody we have not seen in a really long time, Mr. DoubleO7 Agent, taking out number 11. Now, we attacked this base a couple of times, and it doesn't look like it's that good of a base, but we attacked it several times and got some very high percentage 2-stars, but always just kind of ran out of gas right at the end. So Mr. DoubleO7 Agent makes an adjustment, and the adjustment he makes is to bring 3 golems instead of 2, which ends up working out really well for him. You'll see towards the end of the raid that those golems last a very long time, and being out there in front doing the tanking works out pretty well. You wouldn't normally think to include 3 golems in a Valk raid just because the Valks go so fast. They get out in front of the golems. You can see they run away from the golems almost like the golems have the plague right there. But they are going to eventually join back up, and so are some of those wizards. And the golems play a pretty huge part in making sure he gets the 3-star. Stupid Lava Hound in the clan castle, popping those pups everywhere, but he's got the poison and he's got some wizards under rage, and then he goes ahead and pops the queen's ability to help take those out. There's the first of his 2 jump spells to get his king and his golems over into that compartment, and then he has a second jump spell that he's going to use to get them back out. So pretty interesting use of the jump spells there. I think a lot of times we see the jump spells very early in the raid, and in this case he's using them very late to make sure they can get out of those compartments there in the middle. So pretty nice use of the jump spell, and there are the golems and the golemites. You can see he's got 1 golem that is completely, I'm probably not full health, but definitely not exploded into golemites, and then he had 3 golemites, and those are going to tank for his heroes so that they can end up getting the 3-star. So that extra golem definitely paid off. They're going to come over there and do quite a bit of tanking. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward because it is going to take a while for the heroes to work their way around, but the queen is going to get over there eventually and shoot over the wall. And the golem is really the hero here. Bringing that 3rd golem was a really smart idea. It's not, I think, an intuitive decision to bring 3 golems in a Valk raid, but that's what was needed for this base. And Mr. DoubleO7 Agent does finally get the 3-star for us, so well done. Okay, let's take a look at some Town Hall 8 action. Number 14, Invictus, bringing a hog raid, but putting a little bit of a spin on it. He's got a hog raid with 3 healers, and he's brought some max bowlers in his clan castle. So he's going to drop an archer over there to sort of anchor for the clan castle. Here comes the clan castle, and he's going to just kill the clan castle with a poison and some wizards. So we'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Just a standard clan castle kill. Poison, wizards making a ring, and then he's going to go ahead and drop his barbarian king here in just a second. There goes the baby dragon, and he uses the king as sort of like a tank. He didn't want to use space for a golem, so he uses the king as a tank for those wizards and then drops his hogs on the same side so that his king and those wizards can survive to do some cleanup. So he's getting some extra work out of those wizards that he used for the CC kill. He's got 3 heals for his hogs, and he goes ahead and drops the first one. This was a fresh hit, so he doesn't know where the bombs are. And 1 went off as the hogs were working their way in. He goes ahead and drops the poison to try to help with those skeletons. It unfortunately was off by a little bit. There's the second heal up at the top. Unfortunately, his hogs are going to kind of peter out. I think he dropped that 3rd heal spell way too early. The hogs were not really going towards that heal spell yet whenever he dropped it. So he is going to lose all of his hogs, but most of the defenses are going to be down by the time those hogs finally all die. There's really just going to be a couple of defenses left, and those bowlers with the healers are the ones that are going to end up getting the 3-star. So there's a cannon and an archer tower left, and bowlers and healers, and then his king and a couple of wizards is all that he has left, and that is going to be enough. The bowlers are going to take out this archer tower pretty much in 1 throw, it looks like, and then it's just cleanup. His king in the middle does barely take out the enemy king, and then he's got his king and his wizard in the center that are going to clean that up, and then bowlers just sort of working their way around the outside. He gets pretty lucky here. The king is going to go south to that gold storage that the bowlers missed, and the wizard's going to go up north to take care of the dark elixir storage, which works out very well for him. And the bowlers are just going to do the cleanup up there at the top. So pretty smart idea bringing those max bowlers in the CC. You don't see a lot of bowler walks at Town Hall 8, but Invictus is nothing if not an innovator. And Invictus also had a 6-star war, picking up 3 stars on 14 and 15. So that is going to do it for this war. Congratulations to all of the Clavens for getting pretty much as close to a perfect war as Clavens ever get. I'll go ahead and show you the stats there. 13 3-stars. They did not have any 3-stars, but they didn't really try all that much. So maybe that, I don't know if they're a farming clan or what, but they didn't really put up much of a fight. But nevertheless, great job to all of the Clavens. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next war recap with more accidental 3-stars.